So we're gonna stop tolerating foolery. Hey, it's Akira, part of TruthAndLoveUnited.com. What's going on? I'm great. Thanks for asking. How's your mama? How's your auntie? How's your cousin? Your auntie, your cousin. I say your auntie, your cousin a lot, huh? Your grandpa, your uncle, your daddy. Hey, daddy. Anyway, thank you everyone for commenting, and subscribing. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. I feel like every week I say this one's going to be short and straight to the point, but we'll just see. You know, I don't like to make super long videos, but we'll just see what happens. I was just thinking about the things that we tolerate. I've said in previous videos, you have to take responsibility for what you put into the world and what you receive in the world. What I'm good and bad, right? So with that being said, how much longer are you going to be afraid? Sometimes it's scary to dream big. It's scary to put that much pressure on yourself. It's scary to believe in yourself that much. It's scary to trust God that much. Because again, Christian, so that's the prism I view things through.
Sure, I understand.
Okay, well, Siri, nobody asked you, sir. But it's scary to trust God that much. It's scary to put that much faith into anybody, right? Even though God has, well, at least in my life, God has done enough to where I ain't even got tripped like that. But I get it. I understand the hesitation. Listen, I swear Siri won't let me be great. There's no room for fear though, right? There's really no room for fear. I think we have to heighten, stretch our expectations of God. And not only our expectations of God, but the expectations of the God that lives inside of us. You know what I'm saying? We all have a life that we aspire to, right? And I think sometimes there are things that we do to self-sabotage because we are afraid of what happens if we actually obtain that dream. Like, what does that mean for us? Now, there are some people who go get it, no problem. But then there are the other people, like, there's the Beyoncés of the world, and then it's the regular folk. Side note, did y'all watch Homecoming? Put in the comments below if y'all watch Homecoming. I done watched it 3 times at this point, and Homecoming is amazing. I kind of went on a Instagram rant about it. Not rant. I try to, if I still got the clips, I'll insert them. It just fills my heart with so much joy to see someone so black, so excellent, just good in her, just feel good in her blackness. Like, it's amazing to see. And it's amazing to see our blackness displayed in such a extraordinary way. But this video is not about Beyonce. It's about her work ethic. One thing you can say about Beyonce, you don't have to like Beyonce, you don't have to like her music, her dancing, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but that's not my business. Whatever you feel about Beyonce. But one thing you can't say about Beyonce is that her work ethic is not crazy. Beyonce runs circles, marathons, eons, planets around your fave. She just does. It just is what it is. And then one thing I love about Beyonce is that at the end of the video she says, or in the documentary, she said, if my country self can do it, you can do it too. I don't know if I could do it to the level that Beyonce does it, but she wants us to think she can. And frankly, that's really how God looks at us as well. I believe God wants He wants us to do our absolute best. He wants us to put as much effort into the things that He has put in our lives as possible. And sometimes it's scary to think about. I know as I've grown and I've gotten to know God more, God has given me things to say. And sometimes that's scary for me because I know what comes with that. I know the responsibility that comes with that. I know the weight that comes with that. And not that I'm supposed to be a pastor or nothing like that, because no, not the kid. And preferably never mind. Anyway, this is another video. I know though that I'm supposed to be doing, or I'm starting to do more of the things that I know that God wants me to do. But with every step that I take in that, it's scary. Scary, but it's good scary. Because I don't like being fearful. If anything, when something makes me afraid, I get upset at the fact that I'm afraid of that thing. So that's kind of how I have to look at those things that make me nervous, those things that stretch me, those things that push me, those things that I know that if I take this next step, it's going to be amazing. It's the next step in my purpose. But at the same time, it's scary because it's new and it's unknowing and all that type of stuff. But we can't be afraid of those things anymore. Those things that you know that is blocking your progress, stop it. that job that you know. Now listen, I'm all about getting your coin. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about getting your money. But Ty Tribbett has a podcast. And I think it's just like his Wednesday night. Not it's just, but it's his Wednesday night services at his church. I love Ty Tribbett. He's one of my favorites. He talks about how, you know, God, if you ask God, God will show you how to turn your ministry into money. If you really are doing what you're supposed to be doing, God will show you how to turn your ministry into money. And I really feel like the job that I have right now, I have never done more things, I feel like, ministry-wise outside of church than since I've been on my job, because God constantly puts people in my path that just, I know it's God when certain things happen. You know what I'm saying? I think it's really important that we stop living afraid. It was one point in my life that if you came up to me, if I was at work and you came up to me on some Jesus stuff, I compartmentalized everything. So like, I wouldn't want to talk about that. I'm here to do my job. I don't want to talk about that. But now it's like, well, you know what? God's the reason I got this job, so let's do it. What we talking about? What's popping? What's good? I appreciate those opportunities though, because God, in those moments, God trusts me enough to be his representative. And guess what? I am not, y'all already know. I'm pretty sure if you run across the right person, they can tell you some stories about me. I already know. But at this point in my life, I really appreciate the growth that I've gone through. I appreciate the fears that I've conquered. And I appreciate the stretching that God is doing, because I still got some fears I got to conquer. When it comes to business, when it comes to this blog, when it comes to talking to y'all every week, there's some fears that I have to conquer. I get in front of this camera every week and I am terrified to speak, because it's like, you don't want to offend anybody, but you want to speak your truth and all of this stuff. And guess what? It's not even about no big major stuff. It's like people in my real life, like certain things I want to say or certain stories that I want to tell that I know, like, it might rub some people the wrong way. But there are times when I know I have to live my truth and I have to be honest, and it's not a disrespect thing. It's just, this is what happened, or this is what you did, or this is what, you know, it just is what it is. So as I go through this journey of conquering my fears, I hope you are conquering your fears too. My prayer for you is that you're able to identify those things that you're fearful of and that are blocking you from getting to your next place, and you demolish those things. You give them over to God. You swipe them out the way. Whatever it is that you need to do. If it's a person, get rid of them. If it's a person that you need to let in, despite your feelings about them, get over yourself. It ain't about you. Let's get where we need to get to. It's too many things that need to be done. There are too many lives that need to be saved. There are too many souls that need to be saved. There are too many things in this world that just need to be made better for us to be acting like we don't know what's up. Period. I implore you to get where you're supposed to be. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. That's what my mom used to always say to me. She still says it, actually. So, hey, mama. Let's just do a better job of conquering our fears, slaying our dragons, and just doing what we're supposed to be doing, man. And let's be fly while we doing it, because, you know, we ain't gotta be homely, ugly, you know. And I don't know, just not to go off on a tangent, but ugly isn't always a physical thing. You could be beautiful on the outside, but your attitude and your spirit and your soul is jacked up. And those are the people, like, instead of shunning those people, like, let's figure out and that's not everybody's role. That's my heart. Instead of just being like, oh, I don't like you, what is it about you that, the people that I don't like, I can tell you exactly what it is about them that I don't like. And despite me not liking them, I still be praying for them. I still, you know, because I want them to be better. I'm human. Sometimes it be me being stank, I be wrong in my feelings and all of that. I'll take that L. It is what it is. We have to do a better job of conquering those fears that we know are actual fears, and being aware of where those fears came from. Some of our fears, so I don't know if I talked about it on here, but I believe in epigenetics. Epigenetics is this idea that, or I don't know if it's exactly a science, but it might be a science. Anyway, it's the idea, the thought of science, that trauma is passed through our DNA. So with that being said, there are some things that you are afraid of that you might not even realize or know why you're afraid of. I implore you to do the work to figure it out. Consciously or subconsciously, they still affect how we move throughout the world, how we respond to some things. How many people you know just angry, stank, rude, RBF all the time, and they don't know why? Because they don't want to do the work, because a lot of times it's too painful to do the work. But that's, you know, all I'm saying is, for you to get to your next level, you got to be willing to do the work. You got to be willing to be open. You got to be willing to be honest. You got to be willing to get in the dirt with yourself. Figure that stuff out. We got move. Come on, man. We got work to do. We got moves to make. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure you are like, commenting, and subscribing. Make sure you're checking out the blog, Truth and Love United. Make sure you're checking out the blog, truthandloveunited.com. And like I always say, as long as you're running your race at God's pace, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Bye.